It's normal in a relationship where two people can see a situation and walk away with two different perspectives. But with a narcissist, your perspective is evidence that you're not an extension of them. And in their mind, as an extension of them, which is how they view you, they control you. And so when you have that different perspective and you hold on to it, they don't feel that power of total control over you. Now, this is a weird, silly way that I saw this, but I knew with one person that I was in a car with one time, and they were putting the heat on, and the person asked me, like, "Are you hot?" And I was like, "No." They literally repeated that same question, "Are you hot?" until I said, "Well, I guess a little," just to get them to stop. And the fact that I did that, the fact that I changed my perspective before the person blew up, led to the fact that they did not blow up, but it also leads me into the part of this video where I want to share with you the number one thing we do wrong when narcissists are angry for things that don't make sense. Now, in my defense, and maybe this resonates with you, but I grew up in an environment where keeping the peace was a survival strategy. And when you grow up in that kind of environment, your first instinct is to try to fix, try to help, try to soothe the other person. Because in childhood, you probably did a lot of fawning, which is stifling yourself to make someone else happy so that you can have some measure of safety. And so you start doing that in an adult relationship with a narcissist. And it is one of the things that keeps us stuck for so long. This one took me a little bit before I could wrap my own head around it. So if this is new for you, like, I get it. But when we do that, when we slip into fawning as adults, we are basically telling the narcissist, when you get angry, I will dial down, comply, change me so that you feel better. And narcissists love that because narcissists don't know how to regulate their emotions. So we become their emotional regulator. We change ourselves, they feel better, they get regulated, but you get completely dysregulated. It's very much like a parent that gives their child a piece of candy every time they have a tantrum. This is only going to reinforce the tantrum. As a result, you see more and more of their anger because now they're like, "Ooh, I need some regulation. Let me attack you so that I can feel better." But on top of that, and here's the very sad part, and for anyone that feels like they have lost themselves, they feel erased, they don't feel like themselves anymore. What happens through you amputating yourself to try to help them to feel better is that you completely lose yourself. You stop expressing your real opinions, you suppress your needs, you become hypervigilant, constantly scanning as to what might set them off. And I need you to hear this. If you're in a relationship with somebody that causes you to feel this way, this is not love, it's actually conditioning. So remember before I said that whether you're on this side of the narcissistic abuse relationship where the narcissist is here and maybe you're battling codependency and you're here, this is where we start learning healthy behavior patterns. And one of those healthy behavior patterns that we need to take responsibility to step into is helping ourselves to create safety on the inside so that we can break out of the fawn response, which, by the way, fawning is a desperate need for safety. It's like, I don't feel safe inside of myself, so I'm going to try to help you to feel better so that I can feel safe. Now, this is because of childhood trauma often. This is a learned behavior from childhood. It's not about shaming ourselves. We don't want to feel bad for being in this behavior. We just want to be able to recognize it so that we can break out of our patterns that are keeping us stuck in unhealthy relationships. And if you're struggling to do that, which, by the way, it can be extremely hard to do this alone, I want to invite you to the School of Transformation. This is where I meet with survivors from all over the world. And we put the focus on ourselves. We put the focus on our nervous system so that we can find that inner agency, so that we can step into authenticity, so that we can learn how to handle conflict with difficult people and stay within the boundaries of who we really are. So if that's something that you would be ready for, make sure you join my live meetings in the School of Transformation. But even if you can't join me live weekly on Zoom, I want you to walk away with this final thought. I know this is hard because I've been there. I know that standing up to a covert narcissist can feel terrifying, especially if you spent years trying to keep the peace. But hear me when I say this. You are not responsible for their emotions. Healthy love does not require you to walk on eggshells. Healthy love doesn't make you afraid of making a mistake. And healthy love allows you to be seen, heard, and accepted even when you're not perfect, because after all, no one is. So if someone constantly is punishing you for being yourself, they're not safe to love, and you need and deserve to create safety in your life. And that's not selfish, that's healthy. So if this video resonated with you, let me know in the comment section what's one thing you're gonna stop apologizing for. And again, if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because the more people who understand this, the more we can break free together.